There comes a moment, quiet, unexpected, when you realize life isn't asking you to slow down. It's asking you to wake up. A moment when the mirror shows more than a face. It shows a story you're suddenly brave enough to rewrite. A moment when, is this it? Becomes, what else is possible? And that moment is the beginning of the midlife reset no one ever warned you about. You know this moment. It doesn't arrive dramatically. It arrives quietly, like a small knock at the door of your life. Maybe it was the morning you woke up and felt tired in a different way. Not, I need sleep tired, but I need something else tired. Maybe it was when your routines felt like reruns, or when your own laughter sounded unfamiliar, or when you realized you no longer recognized the person you've been hustling to become. There's a quote often attributed to Anais Nin, and the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. That's what midlife really is. Not a crisis, but a bud, finally refusing to stay closed. Most people over 40 silently carry this feeling that life has given them wisdom, yet somehow taken their spark. But here's the twist. Your spark isn't gone. It's trapped under years of expectations, responsibilities, and versions of yourself that you outgrew quietly. This moment isn't a sign of collapse. It's a sign of awakening. Let's break a myth that saddens most people. Midlife is not the beginning of decline. Modern psychology calls it the clarity decade, a period when your brain shifts from performance to meaning. Researchers at Stanford discovered something astonishing. People over 40 make more values-aligned decisions than any other age group. You heard that right. Your 20s are for learning, your 30s are for building, your 40s and 50s they're for choosing with wisdom. There's also a human behavior principle called the internal shift. It says that once a person has experienced enough of life, their brain starts prioritizing joy over approval, peace over proving, and authenticity over ambition. In other words, you stop living fast and you start living true. This reset is not only real, it's healthy. It's your mind, body, and heart saying, I've carried enough. Let's live differently now. Here's where most people realize they're not alone. You know you're ready for a midlife reset when you crave simplicity more than excitement. Suddenly, chaos is draining. A peaceful morning feels more luxurious than a wild night. You get irritated by things you used to tolerate, not because your patience got worse, but because your standards finally got higher. You feel disconnected from old dreams. The goals that once defined you now feel like clothes that no longer fit. You start questioning your own timeline. A quiet voice whispers, "What if I'm allowed to start over?" You feel the urge to declutter your life, not just your home, people, patterns, habits, commitments. You're not angry, you're freeing space for who you're becoming. You feel a strange mix of gratitude and restlessness. Grateful for what you have, restless for what you lost along the way. And here's a big one. You stop wanting to impress people you don't even like. This is the clearest sign of growth. You have to understand, a reset isn't about adding more to your life. It's about subtracting what no longer honors you. Here are the things every person over 40 should release. Number 1, old expectations. The life you imagined at 18 doesn't fit the wisdom you gained at 45. You're allowed to rewrite the script. Number 2, pleasing everyone. You spent enough years being available. Now you get to choose when and whom you give your energy. Number 3, rushing through everything. There's a quote from the book 4,000 Weeks. The biggest illusion of productivity is believing you can do everything. Midlife teaches you the opposite. Number 4, self-criticism. You've survived heartbreak, losses, disappointments, and countless reinventions. You deserve gentleness from yourself most of all. Number 5, unrealistic guilt. This is something we must really let go. The feeling of guilt for resting, for saying no, for wanting more, for wanting less. None of this needs an apology. Number 6, people who drain your spirit. Not with anger, not with drama, just quietly stepping away. Number 7, carrying old versions of yourself. You can't grow while dragging who you once were. When you let go, you don't lose anything. You make room for the person you always hoped to become. You must know this. Reinvention doesn't require a crisis. It requires intention. Here's a blueprint that works for real people with real responsibilities. Number 1, the one new thing a month rule. This is backed by neuroscience. Novelty stimulates dopamine, the motivation chemical. How? Here's the thing. Adults over 40 often lose passion because they lose novelty. You don't need dramatic change. Small shifts can realign your entire identity. Try a new class, a new trail, a new routine, a new hobby, one per month. Remember, it's tiny doors that open big lives. Number 2, the small courage practice. Every day, do one thing that takes 5 seconds of bravery. Send the message, apply for the thing, say the truth, ask the question. Courage expands identity faster than confidence. Number 3, reclaim your mornings. If your morning begins controlled by the world, the whole day belongs to the world. But if the morning begins with you, your thoughts, your breath, your peace, the rest of the day bends to your energy. Even 10 minutes changes everything. Number 4, the identity refresh question. Ask yourself, what version of me am I still protecting that no longer exists? This question cracks open the heart. It exposes the habits, relationships, and beliefs that become outdated without you noticing. Number 5, the bare minimum routine. Not the best version of yourself, the sustainable version. A 20-minute walk, a cup of water, a mindful pause. Science proves consistency beats intensity, especially after 40. Number 6, the 48-hour honesty rule. When something feels off, a decision, a relationship, a commitment, give yourself 48 hours of honest reflection. Write, think, sit. Ask what your body is trying to tell you. Your intuition becomes stronger with age. You just have to listen. You don't just change your life. Life changes you back. Here are the gifts no one warns you about. Peace becomes more valuable than approval. You stop chasing applause. Your soul starts chasing calm. Boundaries become easier, not because you become tougher, because you finally understand your worth. Relationships become deeper. You start choosing connection over impression. You become magnetic in a new way. Not youth magnetic, not chaos magnetic, but self-assured magnetic, and people feel it. Confidence stops being loud and becomes quiet. You don't need to prove, you just are. You feel a level of self-respect you've never known. Not pride, not arrogance, just truth. I've lived through enough to finally trust myself. And then there's the biggest gift of all. You become the hero of your own story. Not the side character in your job, your marriage, your family, your history. Suddenly, you return to yourself. This is important, so hear me out. The world fed you one big lie. You're too old to start over. But science disagrees, statistics disagree, human stories disagree, and most importantly, your own experience disagrees. Harvard research shows that people make some of their best, boldest life choices between 45 and 65. Some start businesses, some rewrite relationships. Some rediscover love, some find hobbies that become lifelines, some shift identities they've carried for decades. Age doesn't close doors, it removes the fear of walking through new ones. The other myth, midlife means settling. No, midlife means selecting, choosing what stays, choosing what goes, choosing who you become next. The truth is simple and liberating. You are not behind, you are not late, and you are certainly not done. You are merely arriving at the part of life where you finally live with intention. Your second life doesn't begin at 20. It begins the first moment you look at your own reflection and softly say, "I deserve more than survival." And if you're here watching this, feeling something stir in your chest, that moment is already happening. This isn't a crisis, this isn't a calling. And the rest of your life, the wiser, freer, truer half, is waiting for you to pick up the pen and continue the story. So, if you felt something today, a truth, a tug, a reminder of who you used to be, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay with us. We talk about the real stuff here, the things nobody says out loud, but everybody over 40 secretly feels. And before you go, tell us in the comments, what part of your life are you ready to reset? And what part of you is finally ready to rise?